Greetings, ship believers. It's your old pal Spider-Man. Good morning, Cadre. Happy Friday. That's why I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt, because it's Casual Friday, Hawaiian Shirt Friday, whatever you want to call it. So we'll be taking a picture of this and posting it in the Hawaiian shirt, Aloha shirt thread that Don started. And we're going to get into this shave here in just a minute, but also wanted to say that this is a kickoff to Memorial Day weekend. So for me personally, working on the Air Force Base, we've got Monday off, federal holiday obviously, but most of the Air Force has Friday off today. They give them kind of a family day, usually on the Friday before a Monday holiday, so that they get some extended time. Just kind of a little reward for all the hard work that everyone does. So they get it a 4-day weekend. Unfortunately for me as a contractor, I don't get the day off. So I still gotta go into work. Now, Memorial Day, what that's for is a day to remember all the people that we've lost. Especially those that we lost in in times of war, military members and whatnot, veterans. A lot of people get confused. It's not a day to celebrate the military. It's not a day to celebrate veterans. It's a day to celebrate the people that we've lost. It's a Memorial Day. It's remembering the people that died, paying tribute and honor to the people that died to give us the freedoms that we have right now. It's always nice to thank a veteran and to thank the military members, but that's not what today is, or Monday rather, is specifically for. And if you've noticed, I always wear the silver bracelet. If you don't know what that is, that's a POW MIA bracelet. So it's got the name of a military member that was either a prisoner of war or went missing in action. My guy is Second Lieutenant James H. Taylor, went missing or became a POW in 15 February 1971 in Laos. He was a member of the U.S. Army from California. His name is actually on the memorial wall. I've never been to the real wall, but I've been to the traveling wall. And found his name on there, and there's a online database that anybody that's on the wall, you can look up their name online, and it'll give you their complete history, show you all the ribbons and awards that they earned in their career. So that's pretty interesting. If you haven't seen that, check that out. Now, what I'm doing today is I am using, where's the lid? Mystic Water, Lavender Lime, one of my favorite scents from Mystic Water. Now, I've heard a lot of comments over the years from various different people saying, obviously Mystic Water is a great soap. It's one of my favorites. But they say it's good with a badger, it's good with synthetic, but not with a boar. Well, I'm here to say it doesn't matter. This is my Semogue boar, so we are going to use that and show that it doesn't matter what kind of brush you use, you can get a good lather. So I just pulled a Gear Noir. I spent the first few minutes of my video talking instead of talking while I'm lathering and shaving. I'm gonna add quite a bit of water to this, just gonna do it a little bit at a time. I'm very excited. Now I know a lot of you know that in the last couple of months I've been off and on the forum. Got a girlfriend and we've been spending a lot of time together, and that's kind of taken some of my forum time away and some of my video making time away. And you may have noticed I've been making a lot of videos lately. It's because she is in Colorado right now and is there helping out her family with some stuff. Well, she's driving back on Monday, Memorial Day, and since I have Memorial Day off, I thought it would be fun to fly up there, spend the weekend with her, and then help her drive back. I knew I was gonna get lather all over my shirt. Alright, what are we going to use today? Probably my 34C. I don't know, I got a bunch of razors down here, I just kind of picked one. So, Mystic Water Lather, didn't matter that I used a Boar, lathered up just fine. Super, super slick soap. So tomorrow, I will be getting up bright and freaking early. I have to leave the house at about 4 a.m. So, probably not gonna do a video tomorrow. So that I can go to the airport, because the airport is an hour and a half from where I live. But because of the time zone change, I'll still be getting into Colorado pretty early, so we will have all day to go do stuff. I know she's planning on going hiking in Colorado Springs. I love hiking. I've never done it in Colorado Springs though, and I know there's lots of cool places there to do it. Well, the Garden of the Gods, there's Red Rocks, and all sorts of different places in the Springs. I've been to the Springs before, just haven't been hiking there. Another thing that she messaged me about possibly doing is some sort of haunted pub tour in Denver, which is basically a pub crawl, and then in between they walk you past some historical sites, some haunted sites, tell you some ghost stories, and some of the history of the town, and some things that have happened, and sounds pretty interesting. But there's no shortage of things to do. So definitely looking forward to that. really don't understand where the comments about not using a Boar brush with Mystic Water soap is. I know there's been threads from time to time saying, you know, which brush do you use with which soap, or, you know, which brushes do you use with soaps and which brushes do you use with creams. It doesn't matter. I mean, I've used every type of brush there is for every type of soap there is. I don't match them up. I mean, in your experience, you might get better results with one brush than another for a given soap, but it doesn't mean that you can't use it. It just may work a little bit better. But really, I've had no difference using my Boar than if I had used a synthetic or a badger brush with a soap. Just love the slickness of the soap. And Mystic Water has one of the better post-shave feels from a soap. Clean up a little bit. Get the residual soap off my face. Going for the witch hazel in my nice barber bottle. I don't remember who I got that barber bottle from, but that was a Piff item. And it's really hard to see. I know it's not going to show up on camera. There's basically a leftover watermark right here from where there used to be painted on letters. So it's basically just almost where the glass is kind of glossy, where the letters were is kind of matte. So it's just a little hint that you can see, but it used to have this really stylized script, like cursive handwriting or something, and it just says water. So I know barber bottles sometimes would be labeled with what was in them, and you would have like aftershave, you'd have witch hazel, you'd have water, various different things that a barber would use. That particular one was labeled water. I do have a few other barber bottles. Those ones, I think used to have labels on them, and so there's nothing like that saying what is on them currently, but that one, I thought was pretty cool that you can see that it said water on it, but I fill it up with witch hazel. And so since I used lavender lime, we are going to use the lime aftershave, so I'm going to use Royale Lime. Actually bought this bottle of aftershave at an antique store. Paid $4 for it. It's pretty strong. I know it's not going to last very long because it's lime and it's fleeting, but it's not just lime. There's some other spice with it too. Definitely got a little bit of burn from that one. Not from the shave being bad, just those Royale aftershaves just have a burn. I think they just have a lot of alcohol in them, and they don't have any glycerin or anything for your skin, so it's just really harsh and abrasive. But we're going to follow that up with a little bit of the CBL pre-shave oil, but you can also use it post-shave. So just because I'm feeling like putting something down on top of that aftershave, you know, probably wouldn't need it because of the Mystic Water. It's such good post-shave, but since my skin was just feeling a little burny after that aftershave, that's why I'm putting that on. So this will soak in real nice and help me feel pretty good throughout the day. Alright, so despite talking at the beginning of the video, I still kept it under 20 minutes. So there's my shave for today. I'm getting ready to head into work. Hopefully you all have a great weekend. You got some good plans. You know, I hope everybody has Memorial Day off, and if you don't, thank you for doing what you do, and well, the rest of us get to enjoy our day off. But at least spend some time with the family. You know, do something fun this weekend if you can stay out of the weather. I know I'm going to be glad to get out of here because it's supposed to rain all weekend. So I'm glad to go somewhere else where I'm actually going to get some decent weather for a change. We'll see you guys on the forums. Join us there at www.theshavingcadre.com. Come check us out if you haven't already and see what it's all about. Stop in, say hi. On the forum, I'm Spider.